Hello, everybody. How are you today? A few things I want to talk about. First one is Bubba Wallace with NASCAR. Good job, excellent job, sort of leading the change and getting the Confederate flag out of NASCAR. That's fantastic. And there was rumors, unfortunately, of a noose being hung in your garage. It's nice to see now that that's not true. That's just the way they tied the rope to hold the garage door open. It happens in many places. It's not intentionally a noose, and it's been there for quite some time, long before all of this happened. So yeah, good job, Bubba Wallace, for being a leader. Bad job, all the cracker redneck pieces of junk that kind of protest with their rebel flag parade. All those trucks, and surprise, a whole bunch of pickup trucks with rebel flags hanging out, and those people saying that the Confederate flag is part of our history. As the South, it's part of our history, and people shouldn't take it away. It doesn't represent hate. It doesn't represent racism. It doesn't represent bigotry. It's part of Southern heritage. You're idiots. It's the Confederate battle flag. It's not the Confederate States flag. It's a battle flag, and it was a battle flag used in the process of fighting to keep slaves. Doesn't get any more racist or bigoted than that. The whole reason the bloody war started was because you people didn't want to give up your damn slaves, and that flag was what you battled under. So don't give me this bullshit as part of your heritage. Well, yeah, it is part of your heritage, part of your stupid racist heritage, and you lost. The North won. Sucks to be you. You lost. You lose the shit. You don't get to keep the spoils of victory when you weren't the victor. Second, again, all the statues being ripped down of, slave traders and just overall pieces of shit. Excellent to see that happening all over the world, not just in the States, seeing them in England and all over. That's fantastic. Again, Bubba Wallace, great job. People with the Confederate flag, it's not a Southern icon. It's a racist piece of shit icon. Lose it, give it up, get over it. It's gone. Times they are a changing. Get with them, because people aren't putting up with that sort of bullshit symbolism anymore. That's like saying a Ku Klux Klan outfit isn't racist. It just kind of looks like a ghost. Come on, bullshit. That's racist bullshit. You know it, I know it. Come on, you lost. It's gone. Get over it. Have a nice day. Second is I want to talk about, it's the first time I actually made a note for one of these videos, because I always just kind of go off the cuff. And I want to call her by name. Connie Bernard, the Baton Rouge school board person. You lady are a piece of shit. So when the racist conversations were happening, you, in front of everybody, you were shopping on your laptop instead of having a conversation about race relations. And you're too bloody stupid to even turn your laptop around. You did it so people could see. And on that note, Gary Chambers Jr., good job on calling her out on it. Good job on demanding that she be fired, and good job of exposing numerous racist actions of this lady. And there's been all kinds, not just racist. She put her hands on a kid's throat one time outside of the school board meeting. She's just not a good person, and she's obviously a racist. So Gary Chambers Jr., 2 thumbs up for you. Good job on calling her on it and not letting her get away with it. Good job on calling out the black members of the school board. And hey, excellent job. More people like you need to speak out. Go check out his website, everybody, because hey, good job on calling out bullshit. Next thing, there's one other thing I want to talk about that I had to laugh, and it's something I saw today. And again, this once again is in a note. Some cracker in the States, and I'm not entirely too sure where, was a little offended and pissed off with Black Lives Matter. He didn't like it. What all these black people are talking about, how Black Lives Matter. God damn it. I'm going to make my own little sign. And he wrote a sign on his wall, on his fence outside his house. God bless him, because he was saying white lives matter. And I guess that was really important to him. The problem is he spelled white W-I-G-H-T-E. So, good job, buddy. You really knocked that one out of the park. White lives matter. Well, actually, no, you weren't saying technically white lives matter. You were, well, I guess it still does say white. But, if you're going to be indignant and racist and kind of a piece of shit, and you want to make a statement that you're a racist piece of shit, dude, spell check first. Run your racist shit past somebody who can write, because you want to make sure you at least get the spelling right, because obviously you don't care that you're perceived, well, you're not perceived, you don't care that you're a racist, and you don't care that the world knows you're a racist, but god damn it, you advertise that you're an illiterate moron too, and I'm sure that probably bothers you a little bit, but good job. I wish I could have got your name, because man, I would have loved to have called you out. White Lives Matter, W-I-G-H-T-E. priceless. Good job. Maybe you should just stick to like WLM, you know, because apparently spelling is not your strong suit. That's it. Just a few things I wanted to talk about today. Hey, everybody out there, stay safe. Again, as I've said in every video, white people, speak up, speak more. You know, identify white pride. Jesus Christ, white pride. White privilege. Okay. Actually, no, identify white pride too. Call it out. Call it out everywhere it is. You know, because unfortunately, you know, white pride is now synonymous with white power, white bigotry, white racist, and white supremacy. So yeah, call out white pride everywhere. White privilege, call it out as well. We need to. And I'm seeing more and more cases where white people seem to be a little more aware of what that is. And that's awesome. That's the one thing, if anything I can change, is that white people understand white privilege. I've said it 100 times. I'm not going to go into it again. But, you know, everybody out there, you know, all the black people who your voices are finally at least starting to be heard a little bit. Outstanding. Excellent. Keep them up. Keep the rallies going. Keep your voices strong. Again, people like Gary Chambers Jr., outstanding. And white people that are actually standing up and holding hands and standing beside all their neighbors and all people of color and the black community. Excellent. Keep it up. You know, don't give a shit what anybody says or anybody thinks. We are one world and we have to be one world. And one thing I wanted to say, and I don't even know if I said this in another video, but I'm going to say it again. I've had this conversation again as I'm a Canadian I've had some people say, you know, we aren't that racist in Canada. Canada's not that bad. Canada's pretty good. Well, you know, we're not as bad as the States. I've probably said this before and I'll say it again. If the States is the bar we're shooting for, we got to do better. Okay? The States is not the gold standard of race relations. I hope we can do better than we're not as bad as the States. Jesus, I hope we're not as bad as the States. But just because we're not as bad as one of the most racist places on the planet doesn't mean we can't do better, and we can do better. Racism exists all over. Racism exists in Canada. You know, racism against the Indigenous people is still a very big thing in Canada. Everybody needs to stand with the Indigenous people as well, because I'm sorry, no place in North America should not have clean water, plain and simple. No place in North America should they just be treated as just dogs. And that has to change as well. So everybody out there, stay safe, continue speaking, let the voices be heard, let the people in power know that this isn't a fad. Let the people in power know this isn't going to last until this summer. This isn't going to last until something else comes along. This is a movement that's real. It's staying, and change has to be made because no one is going to stop talking. This dialogue is not going to end. So be aware of that. So start making change because it's going to come. Change is coming. It's either going to be forced upon you or you're going to embrace it and welcome it. But it's coming. Alrighty, everybody. Take care. If you like what you heard, subscribe. Stay safe. Take care.